All right. Good morning, everyone. So today we are going to continue our lessons from formatting a computer. How to format a computer. Okay. So formatting a computer, it's in two phases. One, there's that phase where you already have a Windows running on your computer, and then maybe you want to change from Windows 7 to Windows 10, or maybe from Windows 7 to Windows 8, or maybe from 8 to another window, or maybe the same window you are having, let's say you're having Windows 10, and then it's giving you some problems. So you want to change to the same window, but to repair the problems that are giving you. So that on itself also, that is what is known as computer formatting. But there's installation of operating system. How do we install operating system? So please bear with me. This the process that we are going to do today is how you format a computer, or rather how you install a new operating Windows system in your computer. Let's say it has crashed. Okay, it has crashed. It doesn't have an operating system. When you switch it on, it just goes black. You cannot see any display there. All what you can see there, the alarms and the fans are running, and the system is powered on, but then you cannot be able to do to see anything on the screen. So you might be wondering, what, my computer has been destroyed, or my computer has crashed. So what am I supposed to do? So you might call expertise to come and fix it for you, and you are charged a lot of money. But then here is the catch. You can do that on your own, okay? By following these steps, step by step of what we are going to see here in this particular session. So first of all, we are talking about operating system. An operating system is the Windows itself. Windows 10, Windows 7 is what we call an operating system. It's what makes the other softwares to operate. That's why it is called an operating system. Okay, it's through which, when you command your program, you command a program, it is through which it executes. Okay, it processes and executes the instructions that you have given to that particular computer. So if you want to play a music, and then you command, I want to play music. So this operating system is the one which has got specific drivers, which will help you to process the music programs, and then you are able to hear to that music. Or if you want to type something, it's this operating system which will have got its own drivers to execute that program which you have told you. But so then, if you don't, if you do not have an operating system in your computer, meaning you cannot be able to operate that computer. You don't have a Windows 8, you don't have a Windows 10, you don't have a Windows 7 in your computer, you will not be able to operate that computer. So operating system is simply, it is the program that after being initially loaded into the computer by a boot program, it manages all other application programs. So just like what I'm from explaining. So this operating system is the one which manages. Okay, it's the one which controls, it's the one which processes these other programs that you put, which are known as softwares now. You have got Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, you want to type something. So it's through which this operating system which manages all these other programs. So here we're talking about the types of softwares. The type of Windows. The type of Windows. So we have got Windows 10, we have got Windows 7 there, Windows 8, which also displays as that one there on the right top corner. And then we also have down here on my left bottom, I've got Windows 10, and then there's the latest one which has just hit the market recently, which is Windows 11. So we can see it there clearly, Windows 11. So we have got these operating systems currently on the market: Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows 11. So these are the operating systems that are in various computers. Okay. So now, how are you going to install this particular Windows which we're talking about, whether Windows 10 or Windows 11 or Windows 7? In this case, we are going to learn the installation of any type of a window when a computer is blacked out, when the computer is not being, it can only be powered on and you can't see anything there, meaning that computer does not have the Windows in it. It doesn't have an operating system. Okay, when you switch it on, you can just see the light there, okay, and the fans running on the motherboard, but you cannot display anything. Sometimes the way you see to say maybe there is no operating system in your computer. Okay, such kind of issues, how do you deal with them? So first of all, you need to you need to install the Windows system in a particular flash or a CD. Okay, so here it's saying how to install operating system. First of all, you need some requirements. One, you need a minimum of 8 GB flash or a CD. Nowadays, people are learning from from CDs to flash and memory cards, because these CDs now seem to be the old vision of storing information or data. So, but of course, if you've got a CD, well, it's good, But if you have a flash, these are what now are commonly used. So these, at least you need to have an 8 GB flash, not a flash that is maybe 4 GB or 2 GB. You might have this Windows system, which is because a space for Windows system, they are about 4 point something GB, okay? Others, they may even go up to 5 GB. So if you have got a small flash, meaning you might not be able to transfer your Windows to transfer this operating system software into that particular flash. So make sure you have an 8 GB flash with you, and then you use another computer which is working to get to get the operating system. So you ask from friends or maybe colleagues, okay, or maybe you download that particular Windows operating system, and then you put it in your in the flash. Okay. Apart from that one, also you need to have enough space in your computer. So a computer where you are installing this particular software, it needs to have enough space. Okay, not a 10 GB hard drive inside. No, at least you have enough space where you can install, and then your computer can work properly. Apart from that one, we need also an internet. Sometimes you might get an Windows or operating system that is outdated. So an outdated Windows system, at least you need to have You need to have internet, so that at times it will tell you to connect to internet and update your Windows system whilst you are installing. So if you have internet, you can still connect, and then it will download the updates that are necessary for it to have a complete and updated Windows system. But at some point you may skip that option because it might take too long sometimes for you to finish all the updates that are necessary or needed. So you may skip that, and then you can update still later. Alright. So apart from that one, you say loading the operating system software on your computer. So that is the next step. Now we start the step of loading this particular computer, Windows system on a computer. Okay, so this is where now you now put your flash where there's a software which you have already loaded in. So you can see there in step number 1 here, to say someone is loading now that particular flash which has got a Windows operating in it. Okay, so after loading this one to your flash, after loading that one to your after loading your flash to your computer, as we can see there in the image, then switch off your computer. If it was on, please switch off. So whilst it's off, then you plug in your flash. So when you plug in the flash, then you now power on. Okay? Understand? So switch off your computer. That flash where you have got, where you've put your Windows system, plug it to the computer. Okay? As you have plugged it, as you are plugging in that particular flash to your computer, make sure your computer is off. And then now, here it comes. Now, you switch on your computer. Now, when you are switching on your computer, you have now to go to step number 2 here, where it says boot what? Boot the PC into the BIOS. Now you want now to boot the system. Now it has to now, you are now trying to what can I say? A good word which can make you understand. You are now introducing your system to where? To the hardware system which is in your what? A computer. But how do you do that? So you keep on, any PC, they reboot the PC and immediately start pressing over what? Over and over again. So what are you pressing? So we can see there under, when you just put your flash into that particular PC or a computer or a desktop, then it will power on. Immediately it powers on, start pressing what? Some keys there. So it depends with what? Some keys on that particular computer model. So a model, let's say Acer and Asus, these are types of computers. You press what? F2. You continue pressing F2 on the keyboard. Okay? Pressing over and over. That means you press continuously. Okay? Or on a Dell computer, you press an F2 or F12. On an HP, you can press an ESC key or F10. On a Lenovo, you can press either F1, F2, or Fn, which is a functional key plus what? F2. On an SI computer, you press what? Dell. Okay? And then on a Microsoft Surface tablet, press and hold a volume up button. That is when now you want to reboot a phone. Okay? And then on a Samsung and Toshiba computers, you press F2. And then on a Sony computer, you can press F1 or what? F2 or F3. So those keys which you have been told there are the keys which you press according to the name of your computer, according to the model of your computer. So for mine, it's an HP. So an HP, I have to press what? F10. These keys are there on the keyboard. So you continuously press 10. As the computer is powering on, you continue to press what? Press 10. Press 10 continuously. Press. Okay? So as you are pressing, then this particular screen will appear. Forget about those words gigabyte, chanchani. Forget about that. It will just have a blank what? Screen that will appear with some words. Okay? Some words will later on appear. You know, when we go now to after this particular image here, you go to where it is written, go to the boot tab. So these words on the screen here, okay, so these words on the screen here will appear. Okay, so a screen like that will appear where I say go to the boot tab. You use the arrow key to select it. So the boot tab may instead say boot option or boot order. So you see that now after pressing continuously that F10 or that one F1 or any key according to the computer, then it will show you this screen. Okay, this screen here, which is in between on the middle here. So this screen, when it shows you, it's going to start giving you what instructions of what you are supposed to do, the settings that you have to follow before you install or you command your computer. So these are very, very much necessary, because when you make a mistake on these steps, then you are not going to do what? Your computer is going to have some errors. Therefore, it's not going to run properly. Okay? So, you move your key to where it is written what? BIOS features. Okay? So you can see first number one there. On top you have got HIT, and then you have got system information, then you have got BIOS system, and then on the far end you have got what? Peripherals. So you go to BIOS what? Systems. Okay, or BIOS order, or BIOS features, or BIOS system. So it will be like that. So when you go there, we go now to step number 4, where it says select a device from which to boot what? From which to boot. You have a couple of options here. So if you have put a flash, okay, if you have put a flash, a Windows system in your flash, meaning here you have to choose the option what? 1, which says boot option that #1, which is highlighted on top there. Okay, so for a USB flash drive, select what? The removable devices options, and then for disk installation, select what? The CD-ROM. So if you are installing your Windows system from where? From a flash, meaning that select on the boot system there that you are using a removable disk. But if you are using a CD, here they are saying you need to do what? You need to select the CD-ROM. Because if you use a flash and then your Windows operating system you are using a CD, then it's not going to execute the what? The installation. Okay? Meaning you're going to have a load error there. Then it will take you back again. So make sure that you have selected the correct what? Model. If you are using a flash, make sure that you have to do what? To select. Okay? So here you go on what? Option number 1, which say boot option 1. Okay? So on boot option 1, when you choose that one, you go to what? To step number 5, where it say press the key, press the plus key until your boot option is what? First. Okay? So you press your flash key. So when you click that boot option there, on a boot option there, then you press the plus key. Plus key is seen on your keyboard. Okay? When you press that flash key, the booting what? Option will come. This is what we are talking about, this image. Okay? So the booting options now here that have come. We are still on BIOS and we are still on boot option 1. Then when you press that particular key, you find this one. So when you find this one, you move your key to where it says HP V 115 watts and 1100. So when you do that, you select that, you come to save your settings. Okay? You come here and save your settings. So when you save your settings, it will be like this. Now you go to exit, because you have moved from BIOS system on top there, you are going to your right hand side, and then you have moved up to where? To the last key there, where it's saying save and exit. So when you are pressing there, or when you are at that particular feature, that means you have selected all the information correct, as I've shown here on top, these screens. Okay, these things will be similarly. Okay, otherwise, if you would want me to run you through according to your computer, then that will be another lecture now, which I will record and then post it on a YouTube channel or on a Google Drive, and then I'll be able to share the link. But for now, let's just stick to what is available before us, just to have an insight, because these things there are more to do, especially when you just say an expertise of it. So you might find that we need to do a lot. But basics, as we said, you need to have just basics so that from there you can pick it up. If you want us to teach now into details, then you can tell us that, because we will be having now each particular topic, we can have a session on it. Okay, so when you press your save and exit, that means you have done all the settings that are supposed to be done, that are supposed to be written on your BIOS system. Okay, so you should see the key prompt, e.g. F10, okay, at the bottom of the screen. So when we click here on our image, they are telling us to say we need to see at least the F10 key prompting there. Okay, are we able to see it? Cool. So here you see this man has selected the load option default. So he has selected the USB flash disk to be where the operating system is, and then that's the option he was booting, or this person was booting his laptop or his computer using the flash. So even you, when you are using your flash, that is very much important for you to follow. So when you when you save and exit your settings, that means you have done, okay, you have done your settings, and then you are done now. You are ready to install Windows operating system. So immediately you click save and exit button. Okay. Now, mind you, when you are loading these selections or loading these particular settings, you are not using your cursor. Okay. You are using on your keyboard button. You are using the up key and downward key. Okay. And then you are using the left and right key, and then is it enter is the selection button. So when you choose, meaning that now you are just using your keyboard for you to press that. Okay, I may record sometime later on a live video where I can be showing you how these things are done instead of just explaining. I'm sure that one will be okay. I will have to record what I'm talking about, and then you are able to see them on a screen. Then we can post it, and then you are able to watch. So when you press exit and save and exit, that means your settings has been saved, and then your computer will automatically do restart itself. So that is what we see on step number 7. Where we are saying wait for your computer to restart. Once the computer finishes restarting, you will see a window here of your geographical data. So if you had put Windows 7, you will see here the Windows 7 now trying to do to load. Okay? So you see that you are now ready to begin setting up your Windows 10. Now, this one we use the settings for Windows 10. So when you see this screen here, like that, that means you have clicked save and exit. So when you see save, you press save and exit, then it will start restarting, and the Windows logo will show. Okay? So when you are done with that, then you go now to installation. So on an installation there, next one, it will prop a screen like this. Okay, a screen like this will come, where it says you need to set your language, you need to set the time and currency, format. You also need to set your keyboard. So make sure that these computers, especially Windows 10, they are being made, most of them from United States. And so even though they can be made from these other countries, but still the keyboard type, in most cases, the one which is most used, the keyboard type, is the one from US. Okay? So you need to make sure that on a keyboard you put US. On the language you put English from United States, and then on the time you can put English, but then time and currency format you can put the let's say if you click on the arrow there, it shows the countries. So if there's Zambia, you can indicate Zambia. If there's no Zambia, sometimes they put capital cities, Lusaka, Harare. So in most cases, us from Zambia, we share our time with, let's say we are on the same longitude as Harare. So we usually use the time for Harare or maybe Johannesburg, which is from South Africa. So when you click next on that screen, then you go to step number 2. After you've done that, immediately you click next, then install button will come now on this screen, which is step number 2. So you'll be able to see this particular screen, okay, to now command you or to let you know that you have now to start the installation of your computer. When you reach at this particular time, when you just hit the button install now, then the installation will do what? Will start. And when the installation starts, you'll find that it will take several times. It will start counting 1, 2, 3, maybe up to 70, then it will switch off, restart, and then up to 88, you restart, and then it will start again counting from 1. It will start several times. Now, as it is restarting, meaning it is now installing, there you don't need to switch your computer off, okay? You don't need to switch your computer off. But before that, before you go there, you go on step number 4, where it says enter your Windows key. Okay? So you know that these windows, they are being sold. Okay? They are being sold by the owners, the Microsoft company. Okay? So these guys, when you buy, they will give you a product key. It's like a password that you have to enter, that another person cannot do cannot enter. And password of the same key can be different from one operating system to another. Okay? From one operating system to another. But you need to understand also that these operating systems which we are using, most of us, they are just being they are just being, they are just counterfeits. Meaning, someone has just maybe downloaded from internet, or maybe they have bought and then they want to promote maybe their site, their website, and then they will do they will upload without a product key, without a password, and then some people can be able to download and install. Apart from that one, the same one, they do they create two types. The other one just because they know that other people cannot afford to buy, so they might create something that is just for free to use, meaning it doesn't have that competitive functions. So my Windows yamenetiona ya ma computers yambiri niya change niya free yamenesa kwanisa ma functions yenango, but ija yameneka kiyogula ija amafaka they put all the functions that are needed and necessary, okay, such that when you start using it, you even feel very, very nice. But even these frees, the free ones that we get, they are also wonderful, okay? They are also wonderful. We are able to use all the functions. Okay, so when you don't have the product key there, you click where it say, I don't have a product key. Then you skip that. But if you have a product key of that particular Windows which you are installing, then you can do you can put the password, which is the product key. It's about 24 characters. It has got 24 characters mixed of numbers and signs and letters. Okay, about 24 somewhere there, if not mistaken, yes. So you need to put all that password. If not 24, there might be 12. All that password in your computer, and then you press next. When you press next, it will take you to step number 4, where I say follow the on-set instruction to install Windows 10. So here it's where you'll be asked to perform what? A few tasks, such as connecting to your Wi-Fi, like I said earlier on, to say, at this point now, it will tell you now, either to connect to the Wi-Fi or do what? Or maybe continue without connecting to what? To Wi-Fi. So here you see on the first option, it say upgrade on the screen here. Okay, it will tell you to upgrade. Okay, so it upgrades, install Windows and keep file settings and applications. So at this point, when you click on the first option, that means you need some connections with you. Okay, you need what? Connections there with you to say maybe there's Wi-Fi, there's internet, and then it will automatically download those settings which are missing. But when you hit the other option, you find that you will not be able to need to require that internet. You have skipped an option of what? Internet. Then you can just install manually and then you can update it later. Okay? So people usually use what? The second one to say they just have to install it without updating at that particular time, because if you update it at that particular time, you'll be able to spend a lot of what? Time. Okay, it will take time for it to finish. So it's better you skip that key and then you just click the other one, which says you do not have to install with the upgrade or with the update. And later on you can still update it after it finishes all the installation and you start even using it. So that is the last part for you to have instruction. You find that when you hit that part now, then you are going to wait for it to load. When it loads, it may take some time, sometimes 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the computer that you are installing, the system that you are installing. Then you'll be able to do what? To wait, and then it finishes. When it finishes, then it will show you for a Windows 10, it will even show you this particular screen. That means it has finished the installation. At this particular time, it will be empty. Okay, it will not have any software in it. It has deleted all the settings, all old settings. Whether if it crashed, it has deleted all those settings. Now it's what? It's new, more like you have now installed a new Windows now. Okay, your computer is clean. And then now you proceed by now installing now software. You want to install now a software for you to be typing maybe things. Then you go to Microsoft Office. You install for Publisher. You install that. Microsoft Office. It has got Publisher, the Word, the PowerPoint presentation, and other applications which are embedded in it. You need an application for you to be playing a music. You find that also Windows, it has got some applications which comes with it, but they are limited. So you look for other application and install on your computer. So that is how we install Windows, the operating system, where you need to format your computer completely. Okay, formatting your computer. That means you are installing your computer from the scratch. You are not keeping anything in your computer. Okay, so this is just a video to guide us, to give us an overview of what happens when installing this particular computer, which is the operating system. Okay, meaning that we have a lot to do on this one. If someone maybe wants to take me, to ask that I should diverge and tell them all the steps that are happening when installing the Windows system, we can now formulate that is a course on its own, meaning we need to start from the scratch. It can take maybe a week, where we have to now start, maybe I might have to record a video where I am formatting a computer so that someone has to follow step by step, in case you need that. But I'll be able to do that and post it on our YouTube channel, so that in case you need that help, you can go there and watch it, follow steps, and then do the task. Because sometimes you might forget, say, oh, what did he do here? What did they do here? But then if you have got a video there, you are able to watch time and again. That's why recorded video are most important. Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.